Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
We are celebrating the Mass, the votive Mass in time of pandemic. And in this short reflection based on the readings, we can join with the leper who is asking Jesus for healing. Remember, before we had our physical and social distancing, they had that already in the New Testament. The lepers were always outcast. They were placed beyond the camp, like Miriam, the wife of Aaron, during the time of Moses. To be placed outside of the boundary of the community is very distressing, very depressing. To be sick, it's not only about the suffering of the body, it's also about the suffering of the psyche, of the social awareness that we are separate from others. That's why today people are anxious that they are quarantined. They can't socialize with their family members, their friends, and they get depressed. So we go with the leper today. He was suffering physiologically, his body was leprous, and he was an outcast. And he saw in Jesus a person who can bring him back to himself, to reincorporate his own health, reincorporate with the others. To be reincorporated means to have that bodily integrity again. To be reincorporated with the community means to have that integrity with the community. And that requires a spiritual healing also. The leprous person asked for healing. And it is interesting that Jesus touched the leper. That kind of healing is so immense and wonderful because we cannot touch a leper because it's so contagious. Jesus touched the leper and he got healed. And when Jesus told him something about that after he was healed, he said, "Do not tell anyone." I see this as do not go immediately and share with people, but go back to the temple, go back to the church, and show yourself to the priest. This is a ritual kind of reincorporation into the community. Ritual is so important in our spiritual life because so many things are evoked in us when we participate fully in our ritual. That's a very good kind of healing. That's why in this time of pandemic, people long to have that Mass. Even though it's a ritual celebration of the Eucharist, that ritual is so ingrained in our psyche. We want to belong to the universal church, virtually at least. There's a kind of being reincorporated, to be healed. And part of that ritual is to go back to Moses' prescriptions of the law. That is part of our humanity as Christians. We are sick. We might not be suffering from coronavirus, God forbid, we won't have that, but we need constantly a kind of healing. And our God, in terms of relationships, is a God that gathers. He even says He's the God that counts our hair. Everything is accounted for to be remembered, to be gathered together, even our hair. So those persons with falling hair, don't panic, don't be anxious, because in heaven, your hair will be gathered together.